You're listening to the Membership Geeks podcast, bringing you proven practical tips and advice from the leading experts on growing a successful membership business.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Membership Geeks podcast, the number one place to be for proven practical tips and advice on growing a successful, meaningful, profitable membership business. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, one half of the Membership Geeks. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It's always a pleasure to be in your virtual company. If you're a new subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button in your podcast app. If you're a long-term listener, you know that we love and appreciate each and every second of your attention that you give to us. Thank you for your continued support, and hopefully we repay that support with giving you the goods on every episode. Today, we're talking about 7 ways to generate FOMO for your membership. Now, you probably already know what FOMO is, but if not, FOMO is one of these newfangled terms. God, I just made myself sound so old. It's one of the terms that the youth of today use, which basically stands for fear of missing out. That feeling when someone sees something really cool, really exciting going on that they're not part of, and they get that itch, they get that urge, they get that sense that they are missing out. And so for your membership, because it's a community, because it's a crowd, it's an assembly of people all working towards fantastic things, there's a great opportunity to generate that kind of FOMO amongst your wider audience who aren't yet members, and just give them a little bit of added push to come and do the right thing and become part of your membership. So this is a quick one today, 7 ways of generating that FOMO. The first is to use something that I like to call member-first messaging. Think about any time you write a post or an update on social media that is designed for your broader audience. It's designed to go out to the public, to your non-members, to the wider people within your orbit. You almost always write it on the basis that the person reading isn't yet a member. Hey, look at these cool things we're doing in the membership. If you want to be part of it, then head over to this address and join. Right? We write from the perspective that most people reading are not members. Turn that on its head. You want to generate that FOMO. You want to make people really see that actually there's a place where you do your best work. There's a place where people get the best of you and get all these amazing tools and assets and training and features that you poured your brain, your skills, your authority, your expertise, your personality into. That place exists. And you know what? You're not actually there yet. You're missing out. And hey, wouldn't it be so easy if you weren't missing out, right? It'd be so much better if you were part of what's going on here. So flip things on their head and use what I call member-first messaging. So write those social media posts as though everyone reading it is a member. Because if someone's following you, they're following you because they like your stuff and they want to learn from you. And if those are true, then of course they're members, right? Right, with the assumption that non-members are in the minority. Put your members first. So you would write, if you're promoting an upcoming masterclass, instead of saying, we've got something really exciting happening inside the membership, we're going to be teaching you these great things, here are all the reasons you should come along and learn, here's how you can go and join and be part of it. You actually write it of, hey, Academy members, something great coming up for you this month. Right? It's just that tiny little tweak in framing, that reference to where they can access it. Hey, if you're an Academy member, this is available right now inside the training library. And then the afterthought are your non-members, instead of it being the other way around. So you're not saying, something really exciting, here's a reason to join. If you're already a member, log in and get it now. You're saying, members, this is something amazing that's happening for you this month. Here's where you get it. And if you're not a member, hey, you're missing out. What are you doing? Come along. Right? That little change can generate FOMO. Use that in your social media posts. You can use it in your emails. anything that you're publishing, write with the assumption that the people reading are members. And just that change in perspective, it just automatically creates that FOMO because you're literally writing it in the frame of, actually, a lot of people reading this are missing out because they're not part of the group I'm writing this for, right? So when you're announcing upcoming content schedules, which again, if you've got a lot of real-time content being added, new stuff going into the membership every month, new stuff being released, live calls, again, it's not written as, here are some great things you should join for this month. It's written, hey, members, here's what you've got to look forward to. Here's how you access it. If you're not already a member, this is how you come and join. So that's one way. Use member-first messaging. Second way is to use insider language and identity. You don't want to overdo this. You don't want to make your community seem inaccessible because there's too many in-jokes or whatever. But, little phrases, little terminology, little hashtags or whatever that, are used typically by people inside your membership. If you can get that going, if there are references, if there's language being used by people on the inside, incorporate that into the stuff you're putting out publicly. And if you can come up with a term through which to identify your members that isn't just members, then again, use that. In the Academy, we use the term membershippers. With Chris Ducker's Youpreneur, it's very easy, Youpreneurs. Back when Screw the 9 to 5 was a thing, I don't think they've got the membership anymore, but they called them Scroopies, right? Anything where you can give people their own term. You can create an identity for someone who is part of that collective. Utilize that language within the broader messaging that you put out there. Again, it very much paints that picture of there is this club, there are people, this is their name, and these little cool things that they're saying to each other that you don't know what they are. Like that just reinforces you are literally missing out on this. And we're not rubbing that in people's faces. Again, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want all your messaging to be so filled with insider references and so much obscure stuff that it puts people off. But just these little touches really demonstrate the fact that there is a gated group of people. But the good news is it's actually really easy to come in and be part of this crowd. All you do is go over to membershipacademy.com and sign up and become a membershipper, right? So insider language and identity, that rolls into the third way of generating FOMO, which kind of goes hand in hand with this: swag, merchandise, branded stuff, t-shirts, baseball caps, notebooks, the kind of thing people might wear and have selfies taken, the kind of thing people might have on their desk or in their background when they're taking pictures and sharing them on social. If you can get branded swag out there with your logo, your name, the insider languages, the identity that your members call each other, if you have this sort of stuff out there in the wild, again, that's going to get spread out on social media. It's going to be something which creates that kind of FOMO, and it's going to be good for the brand. So branded merch and swag is the third way of generating that FOMO for your membership. Fourth way is with in-person member meetups. Obviously, most of you who are running memberships, it's all online. Like, we specialize in online memberships. However, if you ever had the opportunity to put together real life in-person meetups, please jump on that, because they can be so incredible for a number of reasons. It's always great to be able to meet your members, to actually put these people in a room, see the connections that happen, see the conversations, and, it's all like-minded people. You've already brought your people together online. If you can replicate that in the real world, even if it's just 10 people from your membership having dinner together, it's a fantastic, fantastic thing. We always try and do it anytime we're at business conferences where we know that there'll be a cross-section between people going to the conference and people who are in our membership. We try and arrange a member meetup. Sometimes it's more formal than others, but often it's just, hey, meet at this time at this bar and we'll grab drinks. But if you can do those kind of member meetups, again, the stuff that comes out of it, the photos, the Instagram stories, the posts on all the different social channels, the friendships and connections that can actually go beyond this one meetup. And again, People are like, oh, hey, how did you two meet? We met at the member meetup for Membership Academy. Like those kind of things. Again, you're literally creating something that people are missing out on. And it's something that will get shared. There'll be photos taken of it. It'll go on social channels and it'll go outside of just your own broadcast area. It's not just you posting pictures, although of course you want to post pictures, you want to post stories, you want to post videos and updates. But if other people are doing it as well, man, that's really going to make people feel they're missing out. Another way of generating FOMO is showing people behind the scenes for anything that you're doing in real time. So if you're doing live Q&As or live webinars or masterclasses for your membership, get on Instagram stories, record part of the process, record part of the content creation process. Take pictures of your unfinished slides or the scribbles in your notepad. Pop a little overlay on the text, brainstorming for upcoming member workshop on this topic. Again, that's going to have so much more of an impact because it's real, it's human. And also, for the live events, it's showing that, if you take a little picture just before you go live of you sitting there with the lighting in front of the camera, ready to go live on this awesome thing, it's happening, it's now. I could be there. I could so be there. How many times have you seen, people at a concert or something like that? I wish I was there. So showing people the behind the scenes is a really, really good way of it not feeling salesy, because this isn't meant to be salesy. It's just cultivating that presence, cultivating that awareness that there are awesome things happening and awesome things available that I could be a part of very easily, but I'm not. Sixth way of generating that FOMO is encouraging members to post stories during live sessions. So particularly for Q&As and for masterclasses, webinars, stuff like that, encouraging your members to post a story on their social channels showing that they're watching. Now, I've seen Zoom calls where everyone essentially takes a selfie at the same time with the Zoom screen up behind them, and they all share it to social media with a certain hashtag. You can do that really easily. Incorporating stuff like that, again, it's doing that dual purpose thing of it's showing people like a feature, a thing that is happening, a part of what they will get if they pay to join. But it's also showing, hey, there's people there that are in on something that I'm not. And they're having fun because they're taking a picture, so it must be good, right? So encouraging members, actually incorporating it into the content, into the format of some of the things that you do, having a hashtag, doing it in a fun way. It doesn't have to be the selfie thing. It can just be everyone post, take a picture of their view right now, of their desk or where they're watching this webinar from, and post it out on social with this hashtag. You can incentivize it with a contest or something like that as well. So encouraging members to post those stories, it gets your brand, it gets what's going on outside of just your network, which obviously is discoverability, but also it's going to create that FOMO too. And then the final way is something that is a way of generating FOMO for your existing members. So it's not just about building this desire and this, oh no, I'm going to miss out if I don't join. Amongst non-members, you need to generate this for existing members too, because every month there is a potential off-ramp. If you're billing people monthly, every month that member could go. Every month could be their last month. You want to make the decision to leave difficult. You don't want to make the process difficult. Don't make the process of leaving difficult. Make the decision to leave difficult. And a big way that you can do that is showing people what they'll miss out on next month or 2 or 3 months or next week or tomorrow. Every time it might cross their mind of, should I stick around? Should I take a little break? We want to make it a really, really difficult decision, because they'll know if I leave, I'm going to miss out on so much. And the way you do this is doing something we call signposting future value. So that's always be talking about what's coming up. Make sure that in your content library, any content you're working on is in there with a coming soon banner, ideally with a date, either a specific date or a month or even just coming soon if you don't know when it'll be. So people can actually see what is coming up, what is yet to be tapped into, and what they would miss out on if they leave. Make sure you're promoting ahead of time what is happening over the next month. So release a schedule of new content or live calls every single month so that people know what's ahead, and they'll know if I cancel today, I'm not going to be able to come to that live webinar with that expert that I love or that topic that I love. If I leave this month, I'm going to miss out on this brand new feature, this brand new course that's coming next month. Signposting that future value, showing people what they will potentially lose if they decide to leave today, and making that prominent. You don't want to emphasize this over the stuff they have access to now, but make sure it's in the mix. Make sure no one ever has to wonder, okay, so what will I get next month? What would I lose if I left today? So signposting that future value, and you can put this out on social media as well as part of your member first messaging by announcing upcoming content schedules, upcoming content releases, showing people behind the scenes of content you're working on. Your members will see that too, and they'll see that you're working on this amazing course. They're going to want to stick around for that as well. Mention it in your emails. Have a coming soon section on your dashboard. So those are 7 ways to generate FOMO for your membership, not just for people who aren't members, but also for people who are members too. Use member first messaging to totally flip the script on the social posts and the messages you're putting out there into the wider world. Cultivate insider language and identity for the people who are inside your membership. Again, that really, really demonstrates that there's this really awesome place, this cool little club that you could be part of too. If you can use that in branded merch, that's even better. That's your 3rd way. And actually, people coming to your member meetups, which is the 4th way, get them to wear the branded merch or use that as the opportunity to hand out those ball caps, hand out those branded pens and notebooks. Show people behind the scenes for live events and content creation. And when you're doing live stuff, encourage members to post stories on social media during those lives. And always be sure to be signposting future value in your membership for your existing members too. All of these things will help to generate FOMO, which will drive more members and also keep those members sticking around for months and years to come. Hopefully you found today's episode useful. Hopefully you got a little bit of inspiration for how you can generate FOMO for your membership. I'll be back again very soon with another installment of the Membership Geeks podcast. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Membership Geeks podcast, we invite you to check out membershipacademy.com. Membership Academy is the original membership about memberships, and it's the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a successful online membership business. Whether you're still trying to figure out what your idea is going to be and you need some help making it a reality, or whether your website is already up and running and you're looking for ways to grow and attract new members, then Membership Academy can help you to get to the next level. Not only do you get access to our step-by-step membership roadmap, our extensive training library, and exclusive member-only discount and tools, you'll also become part of our supportive, active community of membership owners that will help you along the way in your journey with feedback, encouragement, and advice. All of this and more make Membership Academy the #1 place to be for anyone looking to start, manage, and grow a successful membership business. Check it out and join the community at membershipacademy.com.